Alejandro Alarvea, the Chilean architect who doesn't complete his houses and lets the end user come in and decide where the children's room will be or what color it is and different things. And that's another kind of form of agency that we were talking about earlier in these kind of principles of participation. And I think we can actually look at cities that are incrementally developed as well. And to have them be in the first location of safety. So instead of people trying to come all the way from Venezuela to America, or come from Congo into Europe, I think creating a safe space, a sanctuary, a place where kids can get educated and where they can actually have a future and start to develop assets and multi-generational wealth, they won't be trying to make these journeys and paying smugglers and coyotes and risking their lives and being sold into slavery and all of these things that kind of happen as a result of people being pushed to have no other option. I genuinely see these future cities that are refugee cities or whatever we want to call them as a necessary alternative to this current system.
So, your work is really, I think, rooted in hope. And you've also, just seen a lot of brokenness. And I'm wondering how you stay grounded and energized when systems resist change.
Yeah, hope is definitely a big thing. The camp we built in Greece was called Elpida, and that means hope in Greek. And yeah, we are entering 2026. The world is chaotic, but I'm really optimistic and I'm hopeful, and I see lots of opportunities. And I have burnt out before once, I'd say, when I was charging into Africa to save it myself or something like that, which is totally crazy. But yeah, since then I've implemented 3 different ideas. 1, to never do anything alone. 2, to take really good downtime between intense deployments. And 3 is to value future time. And because sometimes when you're just in crisis, you kind of forget about the future, or if others are suffering, you don't take care of yourself. And the thing why I'm able to stay hopeful is I've just seen things change. I've seen things work. I think partially when people lose hope is when you're trying something, you're dedicating yourself, you're sacrificing, and nothing is changing. But I've seen so much change. I've seen so many collaborators have their lives changed and increase the quality of their life for themselves and their families. And I just think, one, it doesn't help to be pessimistic and overwhelmed and panicking and all of those things. And this isn't quite the same, but I think one of the goals that I learned from someone in the field was that you always want to be someone who can walk to an emergency. And then I also did this workshop a couple weeks ago where the facilitator said during like a crisis or a medical situation, you want to crack a can of calm. And so I think that's, I'm able to stay hopeful because I'm genuinely hopeful.